Fellas, today we're stripping away all the labels. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand why your achievements, well, they kind of felt empty. Why losing your job feels like you were losing yourself. And how to find an identity that cannot be taken away. This is about discovering who you are beneath what you do. So let's get into it. Now, we as men, we love titles. CEO, boss, daddy, player, provider, protector. We collect them like trophies. We post them like achievements. But here's what nobody wants us to admit. You strip away the title from a lot of us men, and we don't even know who's left. You could take away the job, the money, the women. Who are we then? That's the question. And this is a question that a lot of us as men, we can't answer because we've been hiding behind titles for so long that we forget that there's supposed to be somebody underneath. Now watch what happens when a man loses his title. Like when an executive get laid off, he don't just lose his job. A lot of the times they lose themselves. Then when you have an athlete who gets hurt mid-season, sometimes it doesn't just feel like he lost his career, he felt like he lost his identity. And we all have that friend who was a player from the Himalayas, who settled down, found the right one. And when he settled down, it doesn't lose the roster. In the beginning, he loses who he thought he truly was. And here's where that confidence trap that we was talking about, this is where it shows up. The man who put more trust in the title don't really know who he is. I think that's a simpler way of saying it. Okay, let's continue. Now, I know some men, they will even fight to keep a title that they hate. Because without it, they feel they're nobody. And it's crazy because they're the only ones who feel that way. The book opens with this truth. Identity isn't what you do, it's who you are. But we've been programmed backwards. We think achievements create identity. So we chase titles, we stack accomplishments, we build resumes. As businessmen, sometimes we think our worth is our positions. As dads, we think our true value is what we provide in our provision. And as a player, yeah, we've all been there. Our identity is caught up in our conquest. And it's all a performance. It's not a person, it's not an individual. And here's what's deeper. Come a little closer. Come closer. Yeah. Titles are costumes. You can change them. You can lose them. You can upgrade them. Like Myron Golden. He went from the trash man to the cash man. Right. But they were never you. Back up. Think about it. Before you had any title, you existed. Before anyone called you anything, you was already someone. But who? See, the world says you are what you accomplish, but accomplishments are fragile because one mistake, one downturn, one bad tweet, one failure, it's gone. Come back. God says something different. God says, you are who I say you are. And that's before you do anything, before you can prove anything, earn anything. That's why men who build on titles, they always crack. Because the foundation, it ain't solid. But the man who knows that he's more than a title, well, he can lose his job and keep his peace. He can lose that relationship and keep his worth. He can lose the status, but he can keep his identity. Why? Come back in just a little more closer. Because his identity was never in those things to begin with. Back out. All right, it's time to get honest. It's question time. Right. You're going to get your 3 for the week. So my first question to you is this. It's a 2-part question. What title are you most attached to? Dad, CEO, pimp, player, thug, gangster? What? What title are you most attached to? And what would you feel without it? If you wasn't the CEO, if you wasn't the boss, if you wasn't the chef, if you wasn't the cook, you wasn't the police, you wasn't a lawyer, you wasn't a doctor, you wasn't a judge, what would you feel without that title? Think about it. Number 2, when people ask you who you are, do you answer with what you do? So who are you? I'm pastor. I'm doctor. I'm lawyer. I am district court judge. I am senator. It's a simple question, all right? Right. Number 3, if everything you do was stripped away, what would be left? I mean, if everything that you do was stripped away, what would be left? And I think the last question, that's the one that really matters. Close your eyes. Imagine losing every title you have. No job description, no relationship status, no achievement list. Just you. How does that feel? Is it terrifying? Do you feel free? You can just sit with whatever came up. Just think about it. Jesus asked his disciples a question. Who do you say I am? But notice, he knew who he was. He didn't need their answer for his identity. He wanted to see if they knew. And it's the same with you. Jesus already know who you are. He created you. The question is, do you know who you are? So here's the invitation. Stop trying to build an identity. Start receiving the one God already has for you. You're not a title. You're not an achievement. You're not a failure. You're not a mistake. You're his. And with that changes everything. We said we was going to strip away all the labels. So now you know why achievements feel empty. Because they were never meant to define you. Why losing titles hurt so much? Well, that's because we decided to allow them to become our identity. Right. So the question is, how to find an unshakable identity in who God says you are and not in what you do. So this week starts a new journey. So we're moving from the false identity to the true one. And this is your challenge. I want you to notice how often you introduce yourself with what you do. Notice the fear of being just you. Then ask, who am I when all the labels fall off? Next week, we're going to get into image and likeness, what God put inside of you. Until then, stop performing your identity and start receiving it. And with that being said, we'll see you next week.